Hey, what's going on guys, it's Django here, back with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to build a really cool survival kind of map in Far Cry 5 arcade level editor. So, let's quickly go over a preview of a map I've been testing out. So over here we have a base on a hill, so it's easy to defend. We have some turrets, some mortars, we have some towers up here, and we have some allies. And over here we have ammo, medkits, pipe bombs, body armor, and this is how it functions. So right here you need a rush point, and here you need a defend cautious kind of control zone. So what you need to do is place down the rush point to where you want your enemies to attack and where you want to defend, and then obviously place your defend point where either your allies or your enemies want to defend. Now I recommend your allies defend, but if you don't want them to, then that's fine. Instead of using a rush point, you should use a move and defend, because when you use a rush point with allies, they turn hostile. I don't really know what's up with that, but never mind. Now over here we have wave 1. We have a vehicle over here, we have a load of people and a load of brawlers. So I'm going to quickly go into an empty map and start from scratch and show you how to do the terrain first, then the defending points, then we're going to do the attack points, and then after the entire video is done, we are going to actually test it out, and it's going to be a really good time. So I'm probably going to leave the timestamps on what kind of part of the video you need to see if you're looking for a certain type. So let's get first things first, terrain. So over here is just an empty map, and all you want to do is go onto your toolbox, which is L1 on PS4. You want to go to terrain, and you want to go on paint texture. Now what this is going to do is, instead of having all these white checkerboards, you're going to have to move on to palette empty and pick whatever one you want. There's a lot of ground to pick from, so I'm going to just pick dirt medium. It looks more like sand. Alright, yeah, this is fine, I guess. So all you need to do is go down to radius and just crank it up all the way to 64. If you want the entire map to be this, or just sections of it, because the map is really big, so you can section it off to have different like biomes or whatever. But I'm just gonna stick with very simple, just so this tutorial doesn't take 50 years. Alright, so all you want to do is just get all of this. Alright, okay, so now that you've got this, it is now to add like lumps, bumps, whatever. So let's go over to terrain tools, and there you have bump, flatten, raise, lower, smooth, ramp, erosion, noise, more. So what we want to use right now is the bump. So if we go over here, this will just flatten it out, but you need to make sure to like continuously move it around so it doesn't like make a giant mountain. Now one thing that I do say is use speed of like at least 2 if you just want it to be the ground, and you can flatten it all up. Well, not really flatten it, it kind of decreases it. So you want it to be on speed of 2, and all this is going to do is basically give your ground a bit of like more realism, because it's not, ground isn't completely flat. There's gonna be like little bumps in it, and you just pretty much want to do this all over the map. Now that hasn't done too much, but when you're running around on the ground now, it won't look completely flat, as you can see. Now over here, what you really want to do is build a bit of a mountain, perhaps, in the corner, just to give it a bit of a backdrop. I know you could basically use the other backdrop, but it's not in this color, so you know. So what you really want to do is just kind of make all of this a bit bumpier. By putting the radius up by a lot, and then just giving it a nice little bump, like so. By the way, I'm not an expert at the Far Cry 5 level editor. I'm pretty new to it, so I still know what I'm doing though, but it's just, I'm not as good as a lot of other people at this. Alright, so then you want to kind of like go a bit further uphill, shrink the radius, then just go all the way around, just kind of increasing it ever so slightly, like so. It's not like a teacher, god. Alright, next you want to go even further uphill and not go back down. You want to just stick around here a bit, exactly like this. And then you want to kind of decrease your radius, and then you just give it a bit more detail, honestly. Now if you want to like, look right here, so we have this little bit of flat area. If you want to increase it, you don't want to do that. What you need to do is decrease your radius, then it will just like do what this little circle is in, and then you just smooth all of that out later. And here we have a terrible looking mountain. It doesn't look like a mountain. Well, we'll be able to fix that. Just if I put the speed up. Yeah, you should really put the speed up when you're doing a mountain. I think I forgot to mention that, didn't I? Typical. And all we want is just to smother the entire mountain like this. And there you go. I'll actually probably do like a terrain tutorial, which I've already done, but it wasn't that good. And I've learned a bit more about terrain now. Anyway, that was it for terrain really. Now you can always add some vegetation. Let's get some, let's get some dead trees. Get, like, these. And we'll just have the radius as small. And we can just have all of this over here. It just to add a bit of like scenery, and you can also have like your enemies like jumping out of the nearby woods or something, like an ambush. By the way, the map you saw earlier, which was a preview, it was also a sneak preview on one of the upcoming videos, probably like tomorrow. Of one of the campaigns I'm doing. I still don't know what to call it. You can join my Discord on that if you want. You know, if you like the content that I'm doing, then like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what I should do next. Like, I always check my comments, but I don't get enough, so, you know. Anyway, so right here we have some trees. I didn't make one big clump of a forest, which might have been a mistake, but you need to leave enough room for like your survival base, which you're surviving in. Alright, so I have got all this other stuff here, but we'll talk about that in another video. Alright, now we're gonna move on to something else. Okay, so now we are moving on to actually building the base. So over here we have the tower. So I'm probably gonna put some snipers in there. Let's put one there. And you can always duplicate it by going on move and then just pressing the right arrow, and then you've duplicated it. Click back on that, and there we go. Now if you always want to keep on testing like if the map's gonna function, just go press Alt and press play, and if it comes up with this message on the screen, then nothing is wrong with it except the player spawn point, and you need some enemies. But if something is clipping through the ground, it's really frustrating. I deleted an entire city looking for one thing that was clipping through the ground, and it sucked, trust me. So you don't want to get caught in that. Alright, so now we're moving on to control zones, and we want to go to NPC. We want to go on defend or defend cautious. Now, if you want your allies or enemies to be like probably detect you more quicker and easily, then it's defend cautious, and they'll move around. I'm pretty sure they'll move around more. So you want to leave your toolbox and look at the little person icon, press square, and you want to go down to custom properties, and you want to increase the size. Like right here. We don't want to increase it like too tall. Might need to put it to 7 though, since there's a little hill. And pretty much all this will do is basically all your people who are assigned to this defense box will just be in this, will stay in the perimeter of this and just patrol around it. You might want to put multiple of them, like one in the towers if you want, but I'm just going to stick with this one. Let's get some defenders right here. You want to put them in the box for extra reassurance, as we do right here. And then you want to go on each and every one of them, or just hold R2 and give a little radius so they're all highlighted. But make sure the little person isn't highlighted. And you can just press square and go down to control zones. And you want to move it so it goes to defend cautious 2. Yeah, it's very randomized what numbers the control zones will start with. It's really strange, but it's in chronological order, so it's okay. And now all of these people, all of my allies, are assigned to right here. Now, if we are properly defending, then you might want some turrets, like right here. Get a couple of M60 turrets right here, and your allies might go on them if they feel like it. How nice of them. And you might want to have a mortar, since this is a really big map and I'll spawn them like all the way over there. So you'll definitely want some mortars. Don't use them when they're close range because you'll just completely miss. Right, okay, this seems good, but we need some ammo because I'm not putting infinite ammo on. So let's put some ammo crates down, like this. You could make them a lot neat to have like tables with ammo, but this is just a tutorial, so. Let's have some Molotovs on the ground, just sitting there, next to the ammo. And, of course, we need to put where we're going to spawn down. And let's just pull up ourselves right there. Alright, that seems good enough for defending, but now we're going to have to move on to attacking. Alright, so when you're attacking, you obviously need some enemies. So let's spawn down a couple of security in wave 1. Now, you can make this a zombie survival if you want, which I might probably do like right now. But since we're sticking this to the campaign, I don't know what to call it, but again, as I say, join the Discord, become a general of the leader, become a general of the army. Let's get a sniper male, just one sniper male. In fact, no, we don't want snipers, they won't run at us. What should we get? Let's just get a pistolero. Now, if we actually played the game right now, he would just wander around. He wouldn't do anything. He'd just probably walk around the entire map and never fight me. And that's not how you play survival. So what you want to do is go back to add AI, go down to control zones, go on NPC, and use a rush point. Unless you're using your allies and then you want move and defend, but let's use rush point. they'll never get to this rush point, so yeah. Let's alright, that we don't need to do anything with the rush point. We need to do something with this guy though. So press square on him, go down to control zones, and you want to use rush point. And you'll see the little black line going from him to the rush point. Alright, and now we can efficiently play a game of survival. It's only one dude, so you want to make sure it works, so you want to continuously test your map. Let's just get my AR out. Where is he? I don't even remember where I placed him. I think he's over here or something. There he is. You just see him running at me. And let's just load a mortar and hopefully blow him up. Yep. Almost a well, it was a direct hit. And that is a survival map. But of course you want to really just make it difficult, because it's not really survival if it's easy. So let's get a couple more of these, and let's give them a vehicle. And let's have some random no, we don't need people. And go on add new objects, go on gameplay, vehicles, land, and let's give them 3 Widowmakers. I don't know if they'll actually use them. I'm pretty sure they will, because if a vehicle's nearby and they have a certain objective, I'm pretty sure they'll take the vehicle. Hopefully this will make it much more interesting. Okay, let's go over here. Yep, they're in the Widowmakers, so we should probably blow them up. He's coming at full speed. They're all coming at full speed. Why wouldn't they? I mean, it's a smart tactic, I guess. But then they don't even use the MGs on them. They just kind of don't do anything in the... Excuse me. Thank you. So they can use vehicles. You might want to give them like troop transports, so it's much more interesting. Okay, so now you might want to give yourself a bit of a disadvantage again, as you might want to have another wave at the same time of roach males and a roach female, and they are coming to attack you. I don't think... And now you can give them control zones. They can go and rush as well, so you can make zombie apocalypse survival maps. And right here, and after this I think we are done. Now of course you can add like explosive barrels in, add a bunch more stuff, but I'm going to do that for the next video, which will be uploaded tomorrow, and it will be such a fun video. There'll be a giant war and just everything, so keep an eye out for that. So make sure to subscribe. These zombies don't really seem to care about rushing anywhere. They don't really seem to mind. They just seem more interested in my brains. Well, I mean, that's okay, because it's your loss. I think I killed... Look at all that ketchup. Alright boys, so we kind of have a problem. And that problem does not exist for much longer. And they will always try to get to the rush point. They are very determined people. Alright, thank you, and you can have some... You two didn't even decide to take the Widowmaker, so you just wanted to fail. Stop taking cover behind the Widowmaker. Stop it. That's it. I'm just going.
Oh shit! Grenade!
How are you? How? Alright, thank you. And that's going to pretty much be it for the video. But I do have a shout out to make, kind of. I actually got a lot of this knowledge from a YouTuber called Fusion Far Cry. So go and check out his channel. He makes a bunch of really good Far Cry 5 tutorials. I really learned a lot from him, and he made some really good maps. So yeah, that's all I really want to say. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe if you did. And I hope to see you next time in the next giant war video we have, or tutorial. Alright, Django out.